Hello, welcome to Brooklyn Badass Sagittarius Tarot, and this is the money read for the last week of January, baby. This is the poorest week. You know what I mean? But don't worry, the money will be coming in soon, babies. Because it's a new month soon and everything else. Okay, so let's have a look. Oh, let's go. Oh my God, you know what? I don't think I did the bidding last week. Anyway, thanks so much to the spirit guides and the celestial beings and the angels and the saints, including our lovely patron saint, Miss Mona Lisa Vito. She is the patron saint of automotive expertise and leather and leopard print. Well, the money reads have been very, very interesting, Sagittarius, over the past couple of weeks. I like them. Do you like a money read? I think these are very good. So let's have a look. I haven't done the weekly money read before now, but I'm enjoying this. So, Knight of Pentacles, you are the bane of my existence. You really are. Do you know, it's very difficult. There's always an emotional thing going on here. Money is a very emotional issue. Don't you think? I find almost all my fear attached to money. You know what I mean? And not feeling safe and all that kind of stuff. My family didn't have any money growing up, though. You know what I mean? So one card, please. Just one more, Miss Mona Lisa Vito. My family didn't have any money growing up, so it's always been a safety issue for me. Oh, yes. This is emotionally all over the place. Oh, we're going to have to do some clarifications here. Okay. Sagittarius, you blessed. Now, again, this is a general read, right? So some things may resonate, some things might not. And also, you could be anywhere on this spectrum, right? You might be in this part of the story. You might be in this part of the story. You might be over here. This might have all just happened to you. So just also adjust, okay? So, okay, Sagittarius. Well, this is clearly, this is the money read, and we're starting off with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So this is a financial situation. Somebody, maybe a boss, a collaborator, something, a business partner, something, or something like that, but it didn't work out. That didn't work out. And what's very interesting about it being a Pentacles is this is someone with now they don't necessarily have a lot of money, okay, but they're moving like someone who does, okay. They might have a bit, kind of put away, but Pentacles people are generally, they're earth signs, right? They move a lot more slowly, a little bit more conservative. I don't mean politically, but I mean that they takes longer to make decisions and things like that. Sometimes I think Pentacles people can be very frustrating for fire signs like Sagittarius, okay? Because we're make a decision, hurry up, blah, blah, blah. But they take their time. The whole point is, though, that they are gone. They are no longer there. They have pulled out. They have decided they don't want to be part of this. Or, maybe it's a thing where you're on notice at work. Maybe you got fired or laid off or something like that. Something has fallen through that has to do with your money, okay? And this is obviously, look, you are not wrong to be heartbroken about a money situation, a work situation, something like that, okay? Like I said, it's not just romantical energy that makes us heartbroken. People, when it comes to money and work and things, they can totally break your heart, right? Because again, money is a very emotional issue. If you've already imagined where you're going to be in the next year or two, according to this plan or according to this job or whatever else, and then all of a sudden it's not there, especially if it's not fair circumstances, okay? It's hard. It's very difficult. And we tend to, do you do this, Sagittarius? We tend to pull in on ourselves and blame ourselves and what did I do wrong? What's wrong with me? Why don't they like me? Why don't they want to work with me and everything else? Now, sometimes it is our fault. Sometimes we've done something wrong, or maybe we were skating by or coming in late, or maybe we took a job somewhere where we really don't belong, where their attitudes and beliefs don't align with what we think is right? So, but either way, or maybe really it didn't have anything to do with us at all, and it just fell through because they were an asshole, okay? But it's it's like they say, allow yourself to feel the feeling, okay? Then become an outside observer and going okay, do you on the sofa with your chubby hubby ice cream, watching Jerry Springer on the sofa for like a week or whatever, fine, okay? But then you have to go, okay, what lesson can I learn from this, and how can I be a stronger person and not make any of the same mistakes again, okay? Now, what's very interesting here, and I'm going to pull a clarifier because this is a huge jump. Okay, now I think what I want to say, but I'm going to pull a clarifier, is that you still have this work that you did in this thing, okay? And you're waiting to figure out what it is you should be doing. You're like, now what fucking next, right? It looks, and what my attention is being drawn to this pentacle here, which is obviously, because they're upside down, going to fall out of this knight's hands, and this one pentacle here. And you're like, oh, fuck, what do I do now, right? You're thinking, I've done all this work. You're looking for someone who will appreciate you, and what you think your mind is on the celebration. Okay, I see it now, Sagittarius. So you're like, okay, I have just done all this work. I have, invested in this situation and whatever else. Now what the fuck am I going to do? Because all you can think about is, you were thinking this whole time about how you're going to be rich, or how you're going to have this money situation sorted. You've been thinking so far in the future, thinking about the celebrations and whatever else. And that's okay, because I feel like I need to point out, especially this on top of this, we've got the waterfalls here, you understand? We got like very similar type of energy here. We got birds, we got, the nice, the kind of swampy things, but they doesn't look like they got mosquitoes there, okay? None of these people are acting like like I act when I'm around mosquitoes. And I think that this is, you're having a little bit of a mental problem here, because you're going, wait, I don't understand. I was thinking about this. I know I can do this. I had this in my mind. I thought I did everything right. I made all the right decisions. I took a chance, or I worked with this person who's got a good reputation, or I took this job which was supposed to give me security and everything else. And I don't understand. I'm stuck here with all this, and I don't know what to do, but I do know where I want to go. I had a very clear idea in my mind. And the problem is, Sagittarius, that this is keeping you up at night, because you're like, wait, I don't understand. I worked hard, and I have not gotten the result that I expected to get. So what the fuck am I supposed to do here? Maybe you got bills to pay. Maybe, you feel like your dreams are shattered. Maybe you're wondering, like, did I make the right decision in the first place? Did I have the right goals in the first place? Whatever else. Now, everybody who watches this is going to have a different situation, but I really want to assure you, Sagittarius, reassure you that you are not alone. We have all been through something like this. I have been through something like this about 50,000 times, okay? And this happens when you're trying to find your feet, and you're trying to figure out yourself and what you want to do, and what the best path for you is, okay? And what's very interesting is, the older you get, the more you understand, babies, that life is like a pinball game, and you're like this, boom, and then something happens and you hit this and you go that way, and then something happens and you hit this and you go that way, and whatever else. Like, life will throw roadblocks at you, and then you're like, what? But that is like, the problem is, we can't take it personally. We can't go, oh, it's always happening to me. My life sucks. It happens to almost everyone, this type of thing, okay? But what's beautiful, and what I'm learning now, babies, and I never believed this, okay? But I'm learning this now that I'm taking a new direction in my life, is that, and I hope you are too, and you probably have with other things too, is that sometimes when we go through something like this, okay, we pick up a skill or an experience, or maybe we meet somebody during this other thing who later on will be much more important, okay? So you might have had like this big thing spectacularly fall apart, like a big failure, a big this, a big that, and you might feel a little bit embarrassed, or like humiliated maybe, or like just scared, because you're like, I don't know where to go from here. But let me tell you something, later on, you'll understand that whatever this was, meant something and gave you something that you're going to need for this next part of the journey, okay? I know maybe it doesn't give you a lot of comfort now, but it's like Steve Jobs said. I mean, I know he was a bit of a dick when it comes to being a boss, okay? But he says like that, like, you remember, because Apple, well, you might not know this, but Steve Jobs, who did Apple or whatever, he was an early Apple person too, and then he got kicked out by his partners, right? And he couldn't understand why. Again, it was probably because he apparently he was an asshole, right? But like, they kicked him out, but then he came back. But when he was out, he learned loads of things and had loads of experiences that he brought back to Apple when he came back. Okay, so like, did you know he studied calligraphy or something? And because he was learning calligraphy and all that, you know, like writing and typeface and all that, that's how, when he came back to Apple, the style and keeping everything very simple and the type of font that they use for Apple, that all came from that experience that he had when he was younger. So that is the one thing that's amazing, is that you'll find that like all these experiences come together, right? Sorry, I need one card, please, Miss Mona Lisa. No, not 15. All these things will come together, and you'll look back, babies, Sagittarius, and you will connect the dots, and you will understand this one. Okay, you will. Two. You will understand why this. I said that we don't do upside down swords here on this deck. Okay, so I think that this is okay. So this is the Page of Cups, and this is on the inside, and here's the deal, babies, okay? This heartbreak here had to deal with this loss of money, loss of projects, loss of job, loss of partner, something like that, okay? Now, I think you know what you can do. You know what you can do. You're in a frustrating place right here. It's keeping you up. You got a double 9 of swords. So this is something that you are losing sleep over, Sagittarius. You poor babies. I just want to give you a little hug. And I think that starting again, or going, okay, here's attempt number 2, or here's attempt number 55, or whatever else, okay? It's very difficult, I think, to put your heart into it because you're scared, because you've already had your heart broken once. But I think I need you to just consider, babies, that it's up to you, but you need to just put a little bit of your heart in there again, and you need to trust again, okay? You need to trust yourself again. You need to trust in this result again, okay? I know it's scary when you had your heart broken already, and you're thinking, I am never going to get to this place with my money. I am never going to get to this place with my success or whatever else. But you can. But the problem is you won't get here if you don't invest yourself. And I know that you might not have the energy for it right now because you're scared or whatever, but just imagine a little bit, okay? Just a little bit of faith in yourself, a little bit of faith in the process, and you'll be back on your way again to get into this situation, okay, babies? So that's the money read for this week. Thank you so much, Sagittarius. I hope you have a beautiful day. Boy.